Hello, I am Fjallsback and welcome to Baldur's Gate 2 Throne of Bhaal. Right, we're about to close this connection here on the last disc of these things. Yep, so and then we'll probably fight Melisande once more at least. Then I don't know what this thing in the middle here is. Probably have to do something about that as well. Right, so let us get on that. Let's summon some friends. From evil. That's when we have to summon the planetar guys for us. Like the fiend there. Yeah, we're just summoning somebody to take the hits, so our characters don't have to. So that was 2. And that will be 3 and 4 and 5. Actually, 2 creatures here. These guys would probably just get squished really fast though.
Minsk and booze every
Right, Minsk.
For goodness!
You go deal with this. And we get summoned back down here. The summoned creatures are not.
Stronger than even I imagined. So, your destiny versus mine. Let's finish this now, once and for all. To the victor go the spoils.
So this sounds like the last fight against her. Right, Nalia, you run to the side. We will run back. You will run back. You Minsk attack, your shot attack, and we'll get attack. And the summoned creatures up here attack. And you summoned a bone fiend. Right, let us try to disintegrate him. There. And you have a maze of disruption. Yes, no. Was it you that had it? Someone has it. Undead. Bone fiend should be undead. Can you use it? You can. So I think we will equip it here, and then you might have a go at it while you are not needed for healing directly. Okay, that failed. Nalia, you try another disintegrate at a bone fiend. If I can find one. There. Right, have we lost any creatures so far? Melisande is immune to damage. When disintegrate, we can try to mace you then. Is that a touch attack? Apparently it is. That failed. Bone Fiend, magic resistance. Okay. There's Melisande in the middle here, injured. Minsk. There's a whirlwind thingy that you should do. Oh, Death Tyrant, great. Just great. Do we have any thingy there? Finger of Death on you. And you are moving your smooch out. And attack that thingy. Who is this with damage? Is that Melisande herself? Maybe?
You point, I punch.
You do one more of these. Summon some more.
Even when I led soldiers in the order.
What do I have again? Finger of Death. The Death Tyrant, he's technically a living being. still around. There are 2 of them. There's Melisande. Let's just get those points out of here. Alright. Baldur is about to be severely injured, so you go and cast your heal here. Okay, these guys are sort of gonna be evil. Summon this guy. Did we succeed? I think we might have.
Enough, Melisande. The gods have decreed this contest is over.
Okay.
You are no god, priestess of Bhaal. You play with stolen energies that make you immortal, that give you great power, but that does not make you a god.
The false one has not won! I refuse to believe it! Oh, I would die first!
I'm sure that can be arranged.
But you cannot die, so long as the essences are within you. Even now, however, they struggle to flee from your weakened frame. You are defeated, and destiny belongs to the victor.
No! No! I will kill you all!
You will do nothing, Melisande, but accept your fate. The time that was mentioned has come, Godchild. There is a choice before you. You have prevailed against all that have assailed you, and now you must decide your fate.
Okay.
The vast majority of the soul essences of the children of Bhaal, Lord of Murder, now belong to you, and you alone. You must now decide what to do with this power. Be wise. The choice is irrevocable.
Alright, so what are my options? Shove your wisdom. I fought to get here and earned my place. Am I able to give up the essence? Is it that easy? Why? What is going to happen to me? What are my options?
First, you may choose to surrender that portion of the essence which remains with you. It shall be given to Melisande, and her soul, with all the essence it contains, shall be destroyed.
Alright, that sounds fine to me.
You may think this brutal, but Melisande has welded the essence to her own soul, foolishly, and there is no other way. The price of ambition is always high. Surrendering the essence will allow the gods to remove its evil taint and hide it well within the halls of Mount Celestial, forever preventing it from soiling further souls. You, Bhaalspawn, would be made immortal, free to continue your life with a destiny of your own choosing. The manipulations of gods will no longer be your concern, and your soul will be untainted.
Alright. And my other choice?
Once a Melisande's soul is destroyed and the essence released, you may accept it into yourself if you want it, and the throne of Bhaal will be yours to command. You have fought against the taint of your father with great vigilance. It is most impressive. Impressive enough that I would be willing to remain by your side.
Okay. If I take the essence, or just no matter?
The power you may claim will bring new enemies, and the attentions of evil gods such as Sirik, who usurped your sire's godly role by the edict of Al the Overfather. I will fight by your side and help you achieve whatever destiny awaits in the plains. Your future is unknown even to the gods, although it will certainly be a great one. The choice is difficult, but these are your two options, Bhaalspawn. This is where your destiny is realized, and your future begins.
So, you would stand shoulder to shoulder with the Moon Maiden? An incredible opportunity, I admit, but a frightening one. We have spent enough time together that I believe I have some understanding of your character. The gods should sing praises to see you join their ranks. You will be a force of good, of balance.
Okay.
But do not forget us when you ascend. Regardless of what has happened in the past, I am and shall be your friend.
Thank you, I guess. You would be powerful, Conrad, but what will use the power for? What will you use it what will it use you for? I might accept the power of an evil god if I thought I could help people, but I won't fool myself. I would be tempted by the taint of it just like anyone else. But you know much more about yourself than I do.
No. Oh, say it is not so. We will no longer fight evil together. Oh, Boo will miss you. Forever shall we hang our heads in sadness in remembrance of our great butt-kicking friend.
Nice one, nice one.
Boo and I will say, we knew the hero. And people will of course not believe us, and maybe they will look at us more strangely than they do now. Or maybe not.
He's one of the best characters ever made, really.
You would seek to rise up to the ranks where Helm resides? It is astounding that such a thing is even possible. Do as you feel you must. While I would miss your presence, I cannot advise you.
You wish to face the taint of Bhaal forever? It will eat away at you if you do not embrace it willingly. Make your own destiny would be my advice. Do not rest in your sire's shadow.
The time has come to make your choice, Baldur. What is your wish?
Indeed. Can I technically save here? Nope. I'll retain the essence of Bhaal. That is my right, and become a power of the plains. I do not want the essence of Bhaal. Do what you will with it. I want to remain immortal. Oi, oi, oi. I don't know. The instinct tells me that my character should probably remain immortal. But I'm very curious about what happens if I do the other one. So I maybe reload this as well and see what happens with the other choice. But let's go with number 2. Yes, I know, goody two shoes and all that.
Then you shall begin life anew, mortal, without the taint of your sire upon your soul, and the essence of Bhaal shall forever be hidden. You have done well, and freedom shall be your reward. Your decision has been made, godchild. Now the act must be carried out. Prepare yourself.
Your divine essence slowly fades, and for a moment you feel empty, incomplete. It is frightening, but soon yields to a new sensation, one of hope. With your closest companions at your side, you are free to live out your mortal life, no longer a pawn of Bhaal's prophecy. The adventure draws to a close, but there will be more to come. Even as a mortal, you are to be looked upon in awe, and your power commands attention, both friendly and otherwise. Your life is yours, as are the trials to come. As years pass, tales of your exploits shall spread far and wide, and bards will sing your name along with heroes and villains of legend. Your life may be mortal, your time now finite, but the mark you have left upon the realms will endure.
Oh, so these are like epitaphs for different characters we had with us. So Nalia grew quite powerful after her association with Conrad. Initially she traveled learning magical lore and making influential friends, but after a year she returned to Amn and her family home of the Arnis Keep. She found it in control of none other than Aesir Ronal, but she was no longer the wayward child that he expected, and single-handedly brought him to justice for his indiscretions. She declared herself the inheritor of her father's ducal title, becoming a beloved ruler, respected archmage, and eventually earned a seat on the Council of the Six itself. She would become a prominent figure in Amn for many years, constantly fighting for the good of the common folk and making many frustrated enemies among the nobility and the cowled wizards both. Alright. And does it change character if I press done? I guess it does. Yeah, we only had this guy for the last fight, so we don't really know his character as such. And Imoens is the one we won't be getting because she's not here, I guess. This is only the party members in the party after the end, maybe? Right. Ammonen was troubled after his time in Conrad's company. He had closely witnessed the dark power inherent in the Bhaal child, and no matter Conrad's intent, it caused a crisis of faith. His confidence in Felm shaken. Amon traveled without aim until arriving in the frontier of Mastika. This was during the revolt of Yamash, an evil cleric that raised a demonic conquering horde. Amon was drawn into the conflict, helping to organize the besieged Mastican soldiers, but he could not effectively train them without speaking of duty and the role of a guardian must play, and he was teaching the doctrine of Helm and understanding it more than as he did. In the end, his words rang true, and Yamash fell to the disciples of Amon, a new order for a new land. So in the Forgotten Realms tale, Mastika is the New World, so to speak, so like the South American Aztec, Inca-based traveling realm you can adventure in and so on. An expansion was made at one point, way back. Oh, he wasn't with us at the end, right? No, this is Valgar, yeah. I was thinking this was Shishimo, but it was Valgar. Valgar continued adventuring for several years after the Bhaalspawn saga, traveling amongst the wilds and becoming a common sight near Waterdeep. In time, he would retire to Akatla, content to assume a contemplative life on his family estate. But admirers among the nobility would not let him rest. He was pressured into assuming the title of Chief Inspector, a responsibility he didn't want, but corruption within the city soon gained his ire. Surprising even himself, Valgar became an effective leader, and it was in his term in office that truly restored the Korthala family name. Valgar eventually married, and his only son, the pride of his life, took the lessons of the father to heart. He would go on to lead the Cowled Wizards, becoming its greatest agent of reform. Alright, so that's a turn up of the books. Minsk. Right, with the saga of the Bhaalspawn closed, Minsk fulfilled a long-promised oath. He returned to Rashomon, hoping to regale the Ice Dragon Berserker Lodge with the tales of his deeds and earn a place within its hollow halls. His words were not needed. Every tavern in Faerun had a bard singing of the valiant ranger, and he was welcomed as a hero. Eventually he formed his own adventuring company, the Justiced Fist, striking fear into the hearts and faces of evil until in his advancing age he again set out across the realms and disappeared. And what of Boo? Well, what is Minsk without Boo? The two would never be separated, and some say they are together still, up amongst the stars, where hamsters and giants and men become legends. Alargoth. This is one of the characters we didn't travel with, right? Though Alargoth was not seen again for many years after the events in the Deepstone Mines, the Bringers of Doom was not killed there. But by the time Alargoth resurfaced, Rashad's interest in avenging his brother had waned. He finally found the peace he sought as a devotee of the Trust, offering a more tolerant, less dogma-laden path to those worshippers who had grown disenchanted with Shar or Shelun, or at least the clergy that represented them. He ultimately renounced violence, and the followers retreated to a remote monastery in the Cloud Peaks, where Rashad lived the rest of his life in quiet contemplation. Yeah, I was thinking this was Alargoth first, but no, he was an enemy of Rashad, and this is Rashad's story. I was confused there for a moment. Solar. And these are credits. Yeah, so we didn't get Imwen's story here. Alright, well, that is Baldur's Gate, Throne of Bhaal. Yeah, I think I'll just end it here. I'll maybe check out the other ending by myself, or look at someone else who's done the alternate ending, I think. We'll see. Well, maybe I'll just try that. If I go, do I have a actual load here we can maybe go for? Yeah, we still have to redo the last fight. Yeah, could we do that? We could maybe start summoning again. Nah, I think I'll pass. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that and just end this right here, or will I? At least I will end this episode here and end this, maybe even the series here. Maybe I'll come back and do the other option. We'll find out tomorrow, basically, because whether I do it or not, it's going to be decided right now. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Anyway, so one more episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll do the other option on the next episode, if I win the fight, that is.